Hello, welcome everybody to another Modern stream. Today I wanted to work a little bit on this deck that I streamed a bunch during the testing for the Modern Showcase. I think that this may be one of the current best decks in the Modern format. But unfortunately, I didn't have enough time for the showcase to get it to a point where I was happy with it. So, as you might know, I kind of left it there and I went on and I just registered Amulet and did fairly well with it. But there's another player and fellow streamer whose name is Kane Reinhardt, and he streams on the Sneakymisato is his Twitch channel, and he's been working on this deck for a while. And this is his most current list. He's been doing well with it, and this is the starting point that I wanted to begin with. He thinks that the Dryads are worth it. If you were following my streams when I was testing this deck, instead of the Dryads, I had access to Farseek, and I also had access to some extra 1-mana removal and stuff. So I'm going back and I'm going to be trying the Dryads again. The Dryads are great in a way and terrible in a different way. What they give you is they give you the chance of explosiveness, so you get to just randomly kill your opponent out of nowhere with just a couple of lands. You only need 6 lands in order to have a lethal Scapeshift, and you can deal a really high amount of damage. So the version that I was playing was just playing 4 Omnath instead, because I'm still very convinced that this is far and away the best card in the deck, so you always want to have access to this card. So that's why I'm thinking that I may want to figure out a way to make room for the 4th copy. But yeah, so Dryad adds a lot in terms of power to the deck, and it also just fixes your mana very nicely, because if you look at the list, we're playing full 4 copies of Valakut, and the reason for that obviously is that you find it more often, so you can randomly kill your opponent with out of nowhere Dryad kills. Because it takes like 1 Valakut and a couple of fetch lands, which are very easy to assemble thanks to Red and 6. So it takes a Dryad, a Valakut, and a couple of fetch lands alongside Dryad to make sure that you can keep control of the entire board state, keeping your opponent's creatures in check, and eventually just straight up killing them. So Dryad definitely adds an angle of attack for the deck that is otherwise fairly tough to get going. But the reason for this deck, and the reason why I was making the changes that I was making, was because I think that Kaya's Guile is just very good. So by cutting the Dryads, we had access to more turn 2 ramp, be it Explore or Farseek. And we also have access to more removal, like Kaya's Guile, extra copies of Teferi, the full 4 copies of Omnath, and maybe 1 or 2 more 1-mana removal spells, which are pretty nice. This list also plays Lightning Helix, which is a card that I had considered, but alongside the Kaya's Guile, it kind of didn't make too much sense, particularly with that many Farseeks. But the moment that you cut your Farseeks, you kind of have this hole in your curve, so Lightning Helix makes a lot more sense once you don't have access to Farseek anymore. So I'm starting off with Kane's 75, so you're gonna see that the mana base is slightly changed. We have access to Indata Triumph here, and Overgrown Tomb. We won a couple of black sources because we are actually playing some black cards in both of this. And then I think he added Abrupt Decay after I suggested it as an answer to both Ashiok and opposing Teferi Time Ravelers, which, if you didn't realize, it can be problematic for this deck. But yeah, one of the cards that I think is problematic for this deck, by the way, is Karn the Great Creator, which we don't really have that many answers to, but having access to Bolt, Helix, and Dryad gives you a couple of different ways to backdoor answer Karn. Well, we'll go to the side where we have access to Purges, Gusts, Negates, Mystical Dispute, a couple of Wildfires against Tron strategies, Veil of Summer, and then 1 of Tireless Tracker against mid-range decks and control decks, Teferi against the same thing, and you can add combo decks to that range of decks. Abrupt Decay, as I just said, against Ashiok, Teferi, and just like a random removal spell, and a 1 cozy like Butcher of Truth against Mill, obviously. Though honestly, it's not impossible thanks to Omnath to make 10 mana, so I would probably still bring this in against maybe like a control deck or something. because it's not like it's not. I wouldn't consider this to be impossible to cast in a long, like, you know, like 10 turn plus game. So this is the deck list that we're going to be playing today. If you enjoyed the content, of course, make sure you hit that follow and that subscribe button. And yeah, leave me a comment down below, and I'll see you for round number 1. All right, sweet. Welcome to round number 1. We have a classic 7-land opener, which we're gonna ship. This one is fine. I like this one. We're gonna keep this, and I think I'm just sending the basic forest. And we should have our mana going here. Ugh. Tron is not a good matchup. Tron is certainly not a good matchup. Hopefully it's Eldrazi Tron, but if this is a big Tron, then we're probably fairly dead here. There's not a single 5 CMC spell worth BTLing for. What would you BTL for? When I find it, just Sky Triumph. Are you thinking of something, or are you just wondering? Okay. Going for Sacred Foundry here. Just gonna bolt the Karn. I don't think we can win this game for the record. I mean, the only one that I would consider would be Niv Mizzet, but Niv Mizzet is just a bad card, so. So the answer is no. Ren was kind of a sick draw there, to be honest. It makes it so the Karn minus doesn't hurt us as much. Hey, I don't like how's it going? Niv unfortunately just does not do enough. As simple as that. Just not a really good card. It's like a Mold Drifter on steroids. Yeah, but this deck doesn't care about a Mold Drifter on steroids. That's the problem. Yeah. So maybe we can find Omnath, and maybe my opponent doesn't have Ulamog. I doubt that they don't have Ulamog. There's just no way they don't have Ulamog here. Because they could have gotten Sanctum with this Scrying, but instead they got a Tower. So they 100% already have Ulamog in hand. They went for Needle instead of Coding? Why? Oh, so they got the Steerings here? For a Worm Coil. Sure, you got it. God damn it. I mean, this could low-key be a good draw, actually. If they have the Ulamog in hand, we can actually take it. Ha! They did have it. Wow. Alright. We have to deal with the worm, but... Also, they can just minus for Ballista and kill this, so... I imagine that's what's gonna happen. Oh, Sundering Titan. Yeah, we can't beat that one either. can't beat that one either. Okay, so we want negates, we want wildfires. Probably don't want gust. We may want tracker as a way to pressure my opponent's walkers. Like, it's bad, but better than nothing, I guess. Guile seems bad. This is what's up, I think. Sure. Can get in Data Triumph. And that should fix our mana. Yeah, that sounds good. Man, it really sucks. My opponent moves to 3. I always hated when my opponent moves like to Oblivion, but we actually had a very reasonable, just a fine hand. Seems like I wasted. Feels like I wasted an opportunity to cash in a good hand. Damn it. What a waste. What a waste of a good hand. I was honestly considering decaying the chromatic sphere there, but I just think that now that I drew the Omnath, I would like to, you know, dig, make sure I find my land drops. Found another tower. Okay. So now we're going to decay that one, I think. Actually, I'd rather play Omnath. So this is white, green, blue, red. Can get... Oh, we don't have Breeding Pool. This list doesn't have Breeding Pool? Huh. That's kind of awkward. Blue, red, green, white. If we want to make mana, we can just wildfire ourselves. But I think I'm just going to wildfire whichever Tron piece they find here. Oh, this means we get to do everything. Yep. So green, black, green. Decay this. Red, colorless, blow it up. Fetch land. Make a shit ton of mana. We could even get a Dryad here. I think I'd rather get Valky. T-Ball just draws me into more stuff. We can play Worm. Probably worth it. Writhing Needle. It's nice because it allows me to preventively get rid of Eugene. So land, fetch, get overgrown tomb, I guess. I'll just get a Triumph. It's 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, and 1. Just gonna take the damage because I can. Just gonna take the damage because I can. So we plus on Foothills. Play this. I'm gonna name Ugin the Spirit Dragon. I guess Oblivion Stone. Yeah, I think I'm naming Oblivion Stone. It's possible they, yeah, it's possible they have Ugin, but if they have Ugin, I'm just trading. So that seems fine. And Oblivion Stone gets rid of the worm, and Ugin doesn't. Bribery is modern legal? That's hilarious. I didn't know that. I mean, it doesn't seem very good, but but it's just funny that it's there. Hey, Saraiva, how's it going? Just hope my opponent mulligans a bunch again. Could bring in Aether Gust. Aether Gust's on the draw. It just seems so bad. Yeah. No gusts. I mean, this is a great hand, but I'm gonna keep it and be very sad if my opponent just turn 3 cards me. If I didn't know one gust on the play without you one on the draw. I mean, that's not entirely true. That is not entirely true because on the play I want to be proactive instead of reactive. Wildfire off the top one time? Cleansing Wildfire? Not it. Guess I'm exploring. So close. So we can beat any of the creatures here. We can beat Wormcoil, we can beat any of that nonsense. What we cannot beat is like a 7-mana Karn or, yeah. I guess we can find exactly Dryad. Explore would be nice. No Explorer. I can Ping. Force my opponent to plus. If they have anything else, I lose. But I guess that's where we're at. Because my opponent got to the board before I could. Which makes sense. Maybe I should have just shipped this hand, honestly. My tricked us into thinking we can still win. Yeah, I know. Stupid Ran. No, we can't win without that. We can't win without that, so I guess we're shipping the Triumph. If they have absolutely nothing, seems like they have absolutely nothing. Okay. Okay, so get to a Triumph here. Just going for Omnath. Green, white, blue, red. I wouldn't go as far as to say that there's a chance, but blue, red. Maybe there isn't a chance anymore. So now they can minus to cover Omnath. But if I find another Omnath off the top, I get to answer the card. Which is the big deal. And if I get to clear the card, then we have a shot. That's it, Lamog. We can't beat that one. Okay, we tried. See you for the next round. Round number 2. Sure. Hand looks bad, probably is. But I think it's okay. Ugh, opponent moves to 5 again. 4. So they're either playing Dredge or they're playing Tron again. MTGBot says that last time they were playing Dredge, so we really want to find a Guile. Scars don't really do anything. Dredge for lack of Giganta. Most Tron lists do not play Giganta. Dredgerino. Thug Loam. Can we please draw Cathartic Reunion? The Cathartic Reunion, I meant Kaya's Guile. Cycle. Another land. Great. Great, great, great. So, I mean, they can Nox here, but they exiled both of their Amalgams. I still think they probably should do it. Yep. Just a clean Nox. Found a Conflag, and they get a Miva and an Amalgam. Kind of okay so far, but hate the fact there are too many Lurus decks now. Before there was only Shadow, now we have a million Spray and Spike deck prowess. Yeah. It's fine. My Lures is okay. That was an insane draw, by the way. Okay. Green and I guess blue. Balakut. Sure. They still have their second mountain. So I guess I don't want to bolt now. I'm going to get conflagged here, though. I mean, the Omnath is going to. They do have a second dock, so I think I just kill the Ox. And then just pass the turn. So they have 2 imps, a thug, and a loam. So they if they conflag, they can't Ox and vice versa. Because they just don't have enough lands. They can loam into one of those, which is probably the line. Mine, Mire Ground. I assume they want to kill the Omnath right here. I don't think it's clear. Like, I think that killing the Omnath has a ton of value. Yep. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me that much, honestly. Last card enhances Stomping Ground. Can we please draw Kaya's Guile? Kaya's Guile. Not quite. So the only thing we can do here is not die. Can path the Amalgam, I guess. Ha! Sounds good. And I guess that if we don't die... we can draw a Scapeshift or a Bring to Light and we can kill them. So that's the plan. Super rewarded for bolting that Ox last turn. Imp. Low. They do get some Bloodghasts, but that is not lethal. And we still have the out. Bring to Light wins on the spot. Scapeshift wins on the spot. Dryad could potentially allow me to stabilize. Well, not really, because they have Conflax, so never mind. So Dryad is not an out. Heals Cave. So we have one top deck. It's cool that we win, though. It's cool that even after all that my opponent is doing here, we still have an out to just win on the spot. Are push-ups still a thing? Let's say that push-ups are out of date, but yeah, I guess they're still a thing. Please, can I win? That doesn't win. That doesn't win. That doesn't win. Sweeper wouldn't do anything because my opponent has a con flag right there and we're at 3. So Sweeper wouldn't help here. Hudson with the prime sub. Welcome back for the 14th month. Appreciate it. Gustos negates. That's it. Yeah, the sideboard is not prepared for the Dredge matchup, I'll tell you that much. No anger is just, I don't know. Like I was happy playing anger in my main deck. I was happy running anger in my main deck, so obviously I think that it's pretty solid, but that's rough though. That many turns without drawing anything at all really sucks. I think I'm gonna have to let my opponent do the reunion thing or whatever this turn, so I can get Ren going. Little Donnie is a legend. Donnie is a legend indeed. Cycle of Forgotten Cave. Huh. Okay. They didn't have a reunion. That is fine. Dredge is such a messed up engine, man. It really is a messed up engine. Cave Mountain Mesa. This is quite unfortunate. This is quite unfortunate. So I guess this turn I'm just gonna Helix the Narcomoeba. Now they have a Bloodghast. Damn it. That pressures the Ren. I have 10 cards in hand. Multi 4. No big. This is just used. Modern format, a place where running 6 is not that good of a card. Like, it's a fine card, but it's not, like, insane. Oh, I should have done this before combat. Like, what am I doing? Just tilting off like an idiot and just leaving equity on the table. Oof, finally. So infinite Gaia's Giles should get me there, maybe. Nature's Claim. Kill Dryad, I guess. Oops, 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 oops. Well, fuck that up. I guess we have Gust, so it's fine. Yeah, this is fine. Conflag for 8. So I guess that with this on the stack, we want to Guile, making them Psychic Creature and Exilord cards. So white, 1, and black. And then we Gust the Conflagration. That should win the game. I tried to throw. I did my best. Couldn't get there. I'm sorry. I guess this is fine. Mulligan. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, I didn't throw hard enough. Just a noob thrower. Well, this hand sucks. This, I guess this I'm gonna keep. And I think I'm bottoming Dryad. As it seems like Renan 6 version of the shift deck is better than the Reclaimer version. Is the Flaxton mana is just too shaky, slow, interested in picking it up in paper. As a long-time BTL enjoyer, but I know the deck is going through a lot of iterations. Well, yes. I feel like the Reclaimer version is just more, it's just worse than this one. I mean, it's not like objectively or exclusively worse. Like it has some appeal to it. It definitely has got some appeal to it. But I think that the mana is just it's too bad. The mana is just exactly too bad. Just gonna Ox here probably. gets back double amalgam. I mean, I have no sweeper, so I can't really win this game anymore. I am very surprised by no Angers in the 75. That cannot be correct. Yeah, we cannot raise this. There's nothing we can do. All right, see you for the next run. All right, here we are for run number 3. I think I'm keeping this hand. Name white. So that means Heliod. Pokey MTG with the Prime sub. Back for the 2nd month. Thank you so much, Pokey. Wait, what? What the? To say that I'm confused would be an understatement. F. Shit. Well, that really sucks. Can we draw a Ren so we just win? Please. Probably naming Valakat, I imagine. So I can path my own Dryad and BTL. No. BTL for Valky. All right. Opponent's having fun. Well, good thing I didn't go for that line. So I guess I'm just gonna go for Omnath then. And we can Valky next turn. But getting Valky when my opponent has all of those stupid Hornet Queen things, I guess we can just do both. No, not really. We can't do both. Never mind. We can Scapeshift to kill all of this nonsense. Why are you holding land in hand? Why? Man, this lack of sweepers is really awkward. This lack of sweepers really is super awkward. Mana Tithe. My opponent is playing Mana Tithe, chat. Titan Tron got published? Yes! Yes! Why is it Tron? It's not Tron, it's Titan Tron, okay? It's Titan Tron. Come on, Goldfish. Why are you doing this to me? Damn it. Got my Valakut. Seems fine. That is awesome. Start things off here. It's a BTL and his second Mana Tithe. I really was hoping to find land there, honestly. When it has one card in hand, I can fetch 1, 2. We can fetch. I guess I can just Scapeshift and kill all of their tokens. Sure. Thank you for the follower, Inasumi. In before even Mind Sensor, right? So we just blow this 3 up and just get 3 Valakuts. That, and that one. Is that all of them? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And the other ones also go at the tokens for value. And the last one goes to you. Oh, you can't go to them. Okay, more tokens then. Always yes, always yes, always. Always yes. We can get Mana Tithe. No, I'm just gonna pass. There's just no reason to get Mana Tithe, right? So Gus seems good. Negate seems good. And that's it. The Cheese stand along with Tier 1 sub, 27 months. Thank you, Cheese. Welcome back. Opponent is playing Mana Tithe deck. Excuse me, Manatide / Hornet Queen deck. My bad. I'm expecting like Gargaroth, potentially Primeval Titan, stuff like that. So that's why I'm bringing in the. I'm not cutting the Path to Exiles. Also, I can Path to Exile my own stuff if I need to headline drops. Oops. Sure. I'm gonna keep this hand and I'm gonna get Manatide so hard. Ugh. When am I playing Titan Tron again? On Thursday. I really don't want to get Manatide, chat. I really don't want to get Manatide. Don't do it. Don't do it. Did I get it done for Titan Tron again? Well, Donnie came in here and he donated like 1 million gifted subs, so, and he said he wanted to see more Titan Tron, so I not reluctantly obliged. It is the true GPO2 bracket. There you face everything. Yep. Wow. Okay. Opponent's going real hard on the whole blow up your lane thingy. I mean, you gotta appreciate somebody that knows what they want, right? You gotta appreciate somebody that knows what they want. Doesn't seem like the best strategy I've ever seen, but to Omnath or to Dryad? Let's try it. No more Manatides for me. Acid Moss is so meme. Yes, it is. Like, when my opponent's doing it, it's cute, right? But let's be real. Like, what are the chances that my opponent's plan actually works? The chances have to be so freaking low, right? The chances have to be so low that that their plan can work out reliably. It's just not realistic. Like, they can't really play Path to Exile here. Like, they could base within my Dryad, I guess, but like they... like, they had all of this and they cast 0 relevant spells. Like, my opponent went an entire game where they deployed most of their hand and they cast 0 relevant spells. None of what they did actually mattered. Like, they didn't even have an answer. Like, they gave me a beast and they didn't have an answer to it. Like, they eventually they were just gonna lose to this guy. But anyway, that's cool. See you for the next round. All right, welcome to round number 4. We're playing against So Strong, who has also been doing well and working on this deck. So maybe we're playing a mirror here. We could be. I have to say that the Indala Triumph is kind of great. I really like that change in the mana base. This has been the first card that I've gotten a bunch of the games that I played here. Not a good drop. It's an interesting hand. Missing a land drop hurts a lot there. Missing a land drop really hurts there. Because now he's gonna get to Guile. Ugh. Make a 1/1, exile my land. I'm gonna miss another land drop. This is pretty brutal. I really need to find a fetch land. Really have to find a fetch land. Ugh. It's so rough. Oh, I can't cast Guile. I'm an idiot. I was thinking, oh, I can just Guile the Snapcaster Mage. It's just like, no, stupid, you can't. Because your mana sucks. Oh, come on, man. Yeah. We're probably dead here. Seems very unlikely for us to be able to come back into this game. Oh, now you show up? God damn it, fetch land. Oh, I should have played my land. What am I doing here? Could have guiled my... Ugh. I'm just throwing this game for no reason at all. This game was rather poorly played, I gotta say. You can Esper Charm to destroy an enchantment. Turns out playing E-Tron when everyone's playing a bug control, running to make the caverns is strong. Sounds reasonable. Sack a creature, exile all creatures. They can counter this, obviously, but that maybe means that they can't guile themselves. Ugh. Logic not. Yep. I'm just gonna pack it in. I guess I don't. I really want to, but I'm not going to. I think our chances of winning are very, very slim. But the fact that our Valky is already gone means that these Bring to Lights are not very good. So I'm going to BTL for Omnath, and if it resolves, I'm going to keep on playing, and if it doesn't, then I'm just going to back it. I really messed up that turn with the Guile. Really, really messed it up. Okay. We got some good cards here, though. We got some good cards. Negates, disputes. All of this can go. This one also go. Kind of want to throw this in there for the memes. I'm not going to, but I kind of want to. This is actually exactly Kane's list. This is exactly Kane's list, so he's not playing 3 disputes anymore. If he was. But I just copied and pasted it from his Twitter. His latest tweet. His latest tweet was this exact list. What's up, CMEC? I feel like this list is overdoing it a little bit against control and stuff. He tunes the deck. Yeah, I know. I know. Maybe he changed something this morning or something. But like I wouldn't play 3 disputes. Why am I aware at the time? I don't know. Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, I don't think the dispute is where I would go towards really. It doesn't really answer that much stuff. Also, Veil is kind of questionable in a deck like this. Maybe cut 2 Veils and add 2 more disputes. Maybe that's a change that could be made. No green mana, but fine hand otherwise. Green source. Or second delicate. It's also fine. Oh, I should have played Triumph because I can play Teferi. And I would definitely be slamming Teferi on 2 if I could have. Heyo. So many Valakuts. Funny thing is that this Dryad is almost lethal, which is hilarious. If I find a fetch land, I can play Dryad and I can... I can just deal the casual 18. Can I find a blue source, please? Technically a blue source. Next turn we can do some stuff and some things. They're probably not gonna tap out. So the best thing I can draw is another blue source. Because another blue source will allow me to Teferi with both Negate and Dispute backup. I could also just Dryad. Opponent is discarding to hand size here. Which I guess is not the worst for us. I could throw a Dryad as bait. Yeah, they're discarding to Fairy. I think I go face with all 3 triggers. I think I just go face. If it resolves, obviously. Yes, yes, yes. Dispel. Wow. Okay. So if we find the fetch line, we probably win. Because we can force the issue with the fairy. But it needs to counter it. Then we can try it. Ugh. Yeah, our draw just did not function this game. Like all of these stupid lands. None of them tap for the colors that we need them to. Double go for the throat. Yeah, we can play the Omnath that we can't even protect it. This is just so rough. Like our mana just did not cooperate at all. And this is why I just don't like having this many Valakas. It just seems awful. It's just way too much. But like, we just don't have a second resource. Nothing we can do. Well, here goes nothing, I guess. Nothing we can do. Okay. Hold my beer. Hold my beer. Oh, they're just gonna let this result and gonna counter whatever I get. Oh, that sucks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We don't have enough mountains to kill them. Just gonna get Dryad. Or just gonna die here. Yep. That was really bad. That was really, really, really bad. I think that this is just way too many Valakuts. Like, your mana is not good. I don't think that you can mess around with this many Valakuts. Like, obviously it was fine when we had Dryad, but like, after my opponent answered the Dryad, we're just left with all like non-functional mana, and we're trying to cast like 4-color spells, and we want to protect them. Like, it's just not cohesive enough. Anyway, see you for the next round. All right, here we are for the last round. I'm gonna keep this hand. Playing against Amulet. No, the feeling I lost game 3 to see when I drew Colonnade +4 check lanes. That's funny. No, but I mean it's fine, right? Again, like it just feels like something that's fairly easy to fix. It's just like you just cut 1 or 2 Valakuts and you play real lands instead. Like it's not that, oh, the deck is unplayable or like it's just terrible or whatever. It's just easy to fix. Tron should be an easy matchup. Again, I don't think so. Like, unless if they have Karn, it can be problematic. But it's just like everything. When Tron has the Tron draw, it's very easy to beat. But when Tron has the actual good Tron draw, that's when things can get a little bit more complicated. So when they go like turn 3, you know, Tron, if they go turn 3 Tron into Karn Great Creator and coding you, like you just cannot win those games. But if you have like a, you know, like turn 2 Matter Reshaper draw, then you're fine. If they have a Thought Knot here, things get a little bit more awkward because that's like a lot more pressure, but like all it takes is for me to draw a single removal spell and we're in business. Sure. Like this kind of draw, it's fairly easy for us to beat. Okay. It's gonna bounce the Triumph. Can pitch this mountain. Yeah, like this hand is just, you know, The embarrassing Tron hand doesn't scare me too much, you know. White, red. They can dismember my Omnath, just doesn't matter. We have another one. Next turn we can Omnath plus fetch plus do stuff. But yeah, this one is on my opponent for keeping that hand. I assume that they have a Smasher and they were trying to draw a land there. Yep. That makes a lot more sense. So maybe this could be an issue. We can gain 7 life. Oh. Can't cast that one. We can BTL. Just BTL for Valky, get rid of that thing. We could get Dryad. Doesn't do anything. It's gonna kill the Smasher. If they have a second Smasher, we're dead, but you know, c'est la vie. What have I played in this league? Played against Esper, played against Tron, played against Dredge. Then we played against a white-green land destruction deck that was pretty not great. I had a land that taps for colors in case I don't think that's... Nah, I'm not gonna do that. Like, you can always like steal their lands and cast their stuff with their own lands. That's what I've been doing. But again, like, I'm already talking about how like non-functional the mana is because of all the Valakids and stuff, and like that would just make the mana even worse. Like, I'd rather just have a fetch land, something that is always good, you know. Do I think this deck or Titan is their position at the moment? I don't know how to answer that question. Like, they're both fine. They're extremely different decks too, so they're really hard to compare. I feel like this deck is still in its infancy, while Amulet has been tuned for years, so So I think I'm just gaining life here. It's come up, I got a Thought Knot and took their all this dust before they hit 7 mana. Yeah, but that's just, you know, you're reminiscing of the one time that it was great. It just doesn't... It doesn't make up for the, you know, 10 times that, you know, you could have had a fetch land and instead you had like a brush land, you know? LGS is opening up soon and I'm trying to decide what to bring. I mean, bring to light. No, I mean, this deck is a lot of fun, but I think that it's untuned. But I think that it's very good. I do believe that it's very, very good. But yeah, I would cut the fourth Valakut. I think this is just bad. And I would probably add another fetch land. And I would definitely add at least one Anger of the Gods. Because I think that this deck basically ignores Dredge, and I don't think that you can do that. Also, something to shore up the Tron matchup a little bit better would be nice, so maybe some extra cleansing wildfires. And I think that we can just cut the Coastal Egg. Like, it probably, if we're playing against Mill, we're not winning anyway, so might as well just ignore the matchup. Cyber Crumble to Dust. Crumble to Dust is just not good against Tron, I think. By the time it comes down, like, you are already facing a Karn, and if you're crumbling to dusting, then you are not, you're not developing your own board. Crumble to Dust makes sense in a deck with counter spells. If you are playing a deck that is going to Mana Leak their Karn on turn 3, and then it's going to crumble to dust their next play, their land on the following turn, like that's a good line, right? I think I'm holding on to this fetch so that I can deal damage to the Karn. Yikes. Oh, the mountain's gone. That sucks. Oh, I guess I should have cycled first. More lands, sure. Fairy Time Raveler. Is this still game 1? Has my opponent really been taking that long to kill me? Unfortunately, I do think I have to block, even though it digs them closer to Tron, which is exactly what my opponent's trying to do right now. Mind Stone. Why are they tapping like that if they're trying to find a Tron piece? Finally. Just fine. I guess I want wildfires. Tracker, decay. Negate is interesting for Aether Gust, for all its dust specifically. The Miser's negate. And it's in the opening hand, of course. Love to see it. I mean, I think I'm gonna keep this hand though. Turn to Matter Shaper. The Play of Champions. I guess there's nothing that I'm negating here, so I should have probably played a tap land. Yeah, I should have played a tap land. Because I'm probably not going to be cycling this Triumph anyway. Dredge. Expedition map. Not going to show the Valakut here. This version of the deck seems like it is that it's maybe a little bit less weak to Karn Great Creator than the one that I was playing. Land would be great. Perfect. This is obviously when the 4 Valakuts look good, right? This is obviously the situation where the extra Valakuts look great. Good old Eldrazi Tron with the perfect mana. Witchbane Ore is what my opponent gets. That sure is something. Omnath, BTL, Scapeshift, land. I'm gonna gamble here. Red and 6 would also be sick. Do I want to pass this Reshaper so my opponent doesn't draw a card? I really don't want to path it, so I guess I'm just gonna kill it. This could definitely backfire on me. Expedition map. Sure. Now I'm kind of scared, honestly. Maybe a little bit scared of my opponent being able to have card number 3 into the big dude. Because the big dude is a big deal here. Sundering Titan. I guess we can negate the card. For my extra missions workshop in a pile of war bulk I was going to throw out. Wow. Good thing you didn't throw it out then. They're playing Ulamog? Alright. Sure, opponent. What you wanna exile? What you wanna exile here? It's nice that we have the path in hand already. Valakut and one of the Dryads. Okay. Probably gonna take my 3 damage. And I think I am pathing the Ulamog right now. Isn't this card like extremely bad in this deck? Can I win the game? Not really, I guess. We know about the Witchbane Orb, but my opponent's definitely going to be playing it next turn, and I definitely don't want to be negating it, so... I want to save negate for something like that actually matters, like an Oldest Dust or Karn the Great Creator. Each turn has one with one Ulamog. Ugh. Never mind, no negate for me. BTL, please. Valky. Omnath. Ren. Ren. 1, 2, 3. We only get one pickup here. I think I'm going to go for Triumph, and I'm going to cycle it on my opponent in the sense that you didn't find Karn. You found Ugin. Okay, Ugin's fine. Ugin we can beat. I could cycle into, I don't know, like a freaking path or something, but I'm not gonna do that. Opponent has 1 card left in hand. Wildfire. Perfect. Right on time. Oh, hello. Red, blue, white. This guy. So I guess they're probably minusing Ugin here, but we get to gain more life, so I guess it's fine. I don't really have anything to do with the mana, so... kind of running out of mountains over here. That seems fine. It's not like Scapeshift can do anything to my opponent anyway. Chat's getting strange. Chat sometimes gets weird. It's fine. It's one of the features of chat. One, two, three, 4, 5. Also, I'm 10 minutes ahead of my opponent. We got some copy pastas going on and everything. Chat is getting weird. Dryad. Technically not dead is the best kind of not dead. How is this game still going on? Can somebody explain? They found this masher. Please end my pain, opponent. Just end my pain. I beg you. I beg you. Finally. Okay, negate sounds terrible. I know I don't want anything to do with negate. Because I'd rather have another Teferi. That was just such an agonizing game. Just went on forever. Jeez. Why no super in the main world of Cyborg? I copied the list and I don't like that it doesn't have anything. So when I play the next league, I'm gonna add a sweeper to the deck. And I think I'd rather have Anger of the Gods. Turn 1 wastes into Expedition map. Classic. Classic opener. Renin 6. No. Sad face. Yeah, but the problem is that I think that Anger is fine to play in the deck anyways. Right? Like, you're gonna be facing Heliod. I would like to have access to sweepers against Heliod, you know? Yeah. Anger is great against Dredge, for sure. Let's get this event here. Qué bueno, gracias. Is Tron a rough matchup? No, not really. Green Tron is, but Eldrazi Tron is not. Honestly, I feel very unlucky that I can't just, you know, kill my opponent right now and end their misery. What was that keep, opponent? What the hell was that keep? Turn 1 wastes. I don't know. Some people really need to become friends with the mulligan button. Deckage is kind of annoying, actually. At the same time, it's kind of whatever. You got me. So any land allows me to BTL for probably Valky. Sweet. Just go with Valky to draw cards. Actually, I played into Warping Whale. I could have stopped that if I wanted to, but I just want to get this game over with. Like I'm just going through motions right now. None of this that's going on right now even matters. Oh hey, I can cast my opponent's stuff now. Poggers. Sweet. All right, so changes. I don't like the 4th Valakut, so we're gonna get rid of that. We probably want one more fetch land potentially. We could get one more fetchable. Let's do a quick little mountain count over here. Let's do a quick little mountain count. We have 9 mountains. Seems okay. Yeah, so I guess that we can just add a fetch land. Is Heath the best fetch land to add, or will we want to have a red one? We could have Arithmesa, but Arithmesa probably fetches everything, but it doesn't fetch the basic forest. We could have Flooded Strand. Flooded Strand fetches basic island, it fetches basic plains. And then Strand fetches this, any of these. And it fetches the Triumph. So maybe one Flooded Strand. The rest of the mana felt fine. I just think that there's one too many Valakuts in this list. And then I wanted to add one Anger of the Gods. It could be in the main deck, it could be in the sideboard. I think I'm going to go with main deck for now. And we could do that in place of the 3rd Helix. No, let's actually do this in the sideboard. Negate was kind of medium. Is this worth it for the Mill matchup? Like, can you realistically beat Mill? Because I haven't played against Mill. So I don't know whether it's a realistic thing. Like, for example, in Amulet, I have decided to not play any sort of Eldrazi effect because it just doesn't matter. It only prolongs the inevitable, so like you will just end up losing to Mill, except you're just you know, your opponent is just gonna surgical you, and they're just going to eventually kill you anyways. But you survived for like 10 more turns or something. But you're going to lose anyway. So I decided to basically ignore mill and just like not even play a shuffler. But in this deck, I am not so sure because we have way too varied win conditions. So they can't really surgical us out of the game, which makes things a little bit awkward. So it makes me think that maybe Kozilek could be worth it. It's definitely an interesting question. Also, I would like to have access to like a timely or something, you know? I was trying what's the name of the card that I was trying last time? Pulse of Murasa. I was trying Pulse of Murasa in my list, which is pretty funny. It wasn't bad. Like being able to hit land drops again was pretty cool. Probably timely is better though. Yeah, Helix. I think Helix is very good against Prowess. Yeah, I agree. That's why I didn't want to cut that for the Angers. Like, this is just so much better than this against Prowess, and I think that Prowess is probably going to be there. Trident Tron on Thursdays. Just gotta purge. Cut. Decay. Tracker. Bales. Play Damping Sphere over Wildfire. Yeah, that's what I was doing. That's what I was doing here. I guess not in this specific list. Maybe this list. Yeah, I was running Damping Spheres in this list. I do like the fairy a fair amount. I did like the mana base, besides the fourth Valakut, which I think it's bad. I don't think that Tron beats control decks. I don't think that Tron beats control decks. Unfortunately, we don't live in that world anymore. We don't live in a world where Tron is lights out for control decks anymore. I think it just has to be the Kozilek. It is the worst Cyber card after all. Okay, we're gonna go with this. Thank you for watching. I'll see you for the next league where we're going to be playing the league with these changes. So if you enjoyed the content, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you there. Bye.